All right. Well, new at 5, a Wisconsin nurse is finally back home after being stuck in Israel for weeks as attacks escalated across the region.
Yeah, she spent days rushing into bomb shelters, not knowing when she'd make it back to the States. Mia Bearden has her story.
The U.S. and Israel continue to launch attacks on Iran, and U.S. civilians have been caught in the crossfire. After more than 3 weeks stuck near Tel Aviv in a war zone, Heather Birkin is finally back home in Cedarburg, relieved but still processing what she went through. What was supposed to be a fun trip to Tel Aviv to run a half marathon quickly turned into weeks spent sheltering for cover.
I did see missiles go overhead. And it was scary, and we did see an interception, so we saw all the debris, and there was a fear of, like, how far out is the radius where the debris will hit, and are we safe, and should we get under a dumpster? People would kind of grab me, and I would go find the shelter that everyone was going to. And even there were some shelters that we were stuffed in like sardines.
This is us in the shelter of a nearby school.
After weeks of canceled flights, she wasn't sure when she would make it home.
Total chaos.
That part was a little bit unsettling, like, wow, this is really not dying down. And then also it was like, wow, I don't know when I'm gonna get home.
Thankfully, she found a flight out.
I found that a very small Israeli airline named Arkia was flying out of Tel Aviv, so I was able to get a ticket to Greece.
That flight was the first step in a long journey home through Greece and Newark before finally landing in Chicago. Even as she found a way out, leaving wasn't easy.
I kind of felt a little bit of a guilt because I had met so many amazing people, and it was this guilt that I get to leave and I get to go to the comfort of my house where there aren't ballistic missiles being sent to me.
Oh, wow.
Oof. Wow. All right. After everything Heather has gone through, how is she feeling just to finally be home, Mia?
Yeah, that's such a good question. You know, she's kind of feeling a mix of emotions. First is relief. Relief to actually be back home, to be back with her family, even relief from her family. Her family said that, you know, as soon as she landed, they just wanted to kiss the ground as soon as she landed because they were so happy that she was back home. But also kind of feeling that guilt, as mentioned in the story, just guilt that her friend is still in Israel and they're still having to deal with the situation there. They're not able to just come back home and be safe like she is. So kind of a mixed emotions, but eventually still being happy to be with family.
Yeah, a lot to process, I'm sure, but really glad she's home safely. Mia.